The way you introduce something at a young age makes a huge, huge difference. You introduce the fact that somebody killed somebody, like Cain killed Hevel. How are you introducing it? Not as a movie, not as a threat, not as a bad experience. It's a statement in Torah. It's a story in Torah. It's Cain and Hevel. It puts it into a context that gives it a moral or holy or Torah-dic feel. If you wait until a child knows what murder is from other sources, and then you say, oh, the Torah says not to do that, too late. To the child, murder is now a separate thing from Torah. The same is true with all other things. We have the impression, child grows up. You can eat whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. On Shabbos, you can do whatever you want. But then he gets a little older and people start telling him, no, you're not allowed to do that on Shabbos. You can't do this. You can't eat that. It's not kosher. It's milchik. It's fleshik. The child's experience is, I had a good life and you're denying me. You're restricting me. All of a sudden I can't do this. All of a sudden I can't do that. And I can't eat. I can't drink. What is this? They resent it. If it's introduced at the start, eating is about making brachas. A scissor is something you don't use on Shabbos. If you introduce it l'chatchila from a Torah, in a Torah background, on a Torah foundation, then there isn't that feeling of being denied. You're not establishing, you have your life, you could live a good life, and then the Torah comes along and tells you you can't. Then the Eibishter is the enemy. But if you introduce it l'chatchila, so all things are like that. If you introduce intimacy at a very young age, from a pasuk in Chumash or a Rashi, to the child, that's Chumash. Not, oh, that's a dirty story and it's in the Chumash. So you look at what Rashi tells 5-year-olds. Rashi was teaching 5-year-olds, ben Chumash l'mikra, and he tells them things that would make an adult blush. Yaakov sent a certain amount of animals to Esav. So many males and so many females. Enough said? No. Rashi has to... You need these many females for this many males, and okay, enough. You're talking about animals, sheep, and... No. And from this we also learn that human beings, how often should they be intimate? 5-year-olds. What are you doing? It's because when they're 6 years old, it's already too late.